Welcome to EDU 108. This is just a short recording to give you a tour of the Blackboard site so you know where to find things. So when you go to your courses, you'll see a link to this course and you'll be taken to the announcements first up. Now, weekly announcements will probably be posted here about things to follow up and things to pay attention to, and you will probably be watching this recording as a result of an announcement that alerts you that it's here. What I'd like you to do is start with the welcome message. You'll find a brief video that I've made just to welcome you to the course and a little bit of information about the course. And this is where the video that you're watching now will be also found. The next place to go is the course outline and staff. I'm Ali Black, I'm the course coordinator, and Avril Rose will also be teaching with me into this course. The course outline is an important place to come to. The course outline is really the official document of what the course is about, what the learning outcomes are, the sort of content that you're going to cover. So have a look through that. You probably want to go straight through to the assessment task information and have a read through that. Take a note of when assignments are due, how you're going to submit them, the weighting of each assignment and so on. The other thing that you'll find in the course profile is some course activity schedules. Now, these are just suggested activities, and really I'd like you to use the learning modules, the topic modules, as the key guide for your study this semester. So let's have a look then. So under learning activities here, you'll find this link, topic modules and materials, and this is possibly the most important part of of the website. Here we'd like you to have a look through some expectations that we have for you and for your learning and study. And we've just got a little note here that the learning activities section are always under construction, and this isn't because we're just underprepared. It's because we want to make this site a living site where we're constantly adding new ideas and new readings and new reflection activities, new things for you to follow up. This is all to support your study and to keep the website current and up to date. Now, the most important part of this section here that we're looking at, the topic modules, is the topic modules. So if you scroll down, you'll see that there are 10 topics that we'll be looking at as we engage in the course. So each topic has a standard format. So let's have a look. We'll start at topic 1. So you've got a little table of contents area over here, and you're able to go through information by scrolling here, or you can also scroll here, and that will take you through the materials. So we'll start off with each topic providing a bit of an overview and introduction of what to expect in the course and what we're going to be thinking about in this topic. There'll be lecture slides if we've created them, and I guess for 108 we've got a combined lecture tute 12 to 4 on Mondays, and so it isn't going to be a typical lecture format where you listen for 2 hours and then you discuss for 2 hours. We're going to be integrating that. Also, you'll find some suggested readings, and these will be helpful for you as you make sense of your assessment, and also to give you some scholarly input, some links to current thinking, to current research, to current writing of key authors and key issues in the field of early childhood education and care. There'll also be a range of activities for you to engage with, and a lot of these are fun. They're just to extend your thinking, to give you stepping off points, starting points for reflection. And then finally, in each topic there'll be a link to progressing your assessment work, and what this link does is connects you to how might you use the information in this topic to support your assessment work, and it also offers some tips about where you should be putting your attention and your effort as you develop your assessment work over the semester. So I hope that you enjoy those topic modules. Now, the best way to get backwards and forwards between the topics is to use these breadcrumbs at the top. So you'll see that this takes you back to the page where you can go to the topics. Now, whilst we'll be visiting these topics each week, please don't see these as standalone topics, so that after we've had week 1 that you forget about this topic 1, or after we've had week 2 that you forget about topic 2. What you'll find is that there's information that it links to each other, and so topic 4 might be influenced a lot by topic 3, so you might actually want to go back and revisit. And topic 10 rather, is about the educator's role, and really this topic permeates all of these other topics, so it might even be helpful to skip ahead and have a look at some of the information in topic 10 and use that as you're making sense of the other topics. Now, communication is very important, and as you engage with this course, you'll learn about theorists like Vygotsky, and Lev Vygotsky believes that learning is a social activity, and we construct knowledge by having conversations with other people and being extended by other people's thinking. And when I hear your point of view, that helps me think about my point of view and makes me think more deeply, or again about my perspectives. So we really want you to engage in some communication in the course. So there are a range of discussion forums that you can contribute to, so please have a look at those. Some of them are really nice. Share a favourite childhood memory. Some of them are a bit curly, you know, what are your views on very young children in childcare? And it's important that you unpack your perspectives and your thinking around these sorts of things. The other thing we've created is a wiki, which is a place where you can share resources and ideas that you're discovering along the way and that you want to share with other people, because when we share ideas, that helps us all in our collaboration and in our learning. Now, of course, if you're on the ball, you've probably already found this link. This is the assessment link. And this will be very important for you to return to. There are 3 assessment tasks in this course, and the first one is due in week 4, the next one is due in week 7, and that's actually Good Friday, so you might actually want to note that in your diary and be ready to submit your assessment on the Thursday so that you can enjoy your Easter break. And then the final assessment is due in week 10. So to discover more about each of the assessment tasks, click on the folder. So when you go to each folder, you'll discover up the top that there's a criteria sheet. Now, my advice is to print these off straight away, to have a look through them. So this column over here on the left-hand side is the criteria. So this is the descriptions that you need to pay attention to, because in your first task, which is an essay, these are the sorts of things you need to be demonstrating in that essay. Now, these descriptors over this other side are the grading descriptors. So this column are the sorts of things that you need to do if you want to pass the course. And these are the other things that you need to do if you want to do better than a pass. And so what you should do is have a look at the different ways that you can build on your understanding. So in a pass, we're asking you to describe some theories. In a credit, you're doing more than describing, and you're actually discussing those theories. For a distinction, we're going to see more things where you might be describing and you might be discussing, but you might also be comparing those theories and really engaging in some thoughtful inquiry about those and why they matter for early childhood education and care. And a high distinction response will have some description and some discussion and some comparison. And you'll also be organising and deconstructing those theories and working out what you value and explicitly communicating what's important to you. So you can see Bloom's taxonomy at work here, where higher order thinking is being evidenced in the higher grading scale. So print that off and use that as you're writing your assessment work and as you're planning your assessment work. Okay, what we've tried to do is in the folders here for each task, we've added support information. So the first task is about learning theorists and theories that influence care and education of children 0 to 3. Now I've put this helpful summary here from the book Building Waterfalls, which is written by C&K Schooling Professionals. Preschooling professionals. What we'd like you to be doing is not just telling us about theories, but doing some linking. So you'll become familiar with the Early Years Learning Framework, which is our national framework for early education and care in Australia. And you'll see that within that framework there are theoretical perspectives and principles that underpin that framework. And so these are the sorts of principles that are discussed throughout the framework that we want you to be thinking about. So how do these theories influence ideas about relationships and about partnerships and about expectations and equity and about respecting diversity and social justice, and also about reflecting and engaging in reflective practice. So pay attention to these dot points here as you engage with your essay. They'll be very important. Now, if you have any assessment questions, it might be helpful to use this discussion forum. So particular questions that you want to ask, other people might be asking those same questions, and no question is a dumb question. Every question is important. So this is a place to ask questions and get a response. And students can feel free to add answers and responses as well. So enjoy. I hope this gives you a bit of an idea of what the course is about, and make sure you enjoy this Blackboard site and that you use it regularly. Thanks.